Thank you for watching. In this video, we're going to cover the upcoming mint for Degen Dwarfs. I'm really excited for this project. It's a project of passion that comes out of the Degenerate Yunting channel in the Alchemix Discord, so you know it's going to be entertaining at a minimum. This is not financial advice. I'm a guy in my basement, high as hell, buying NFT dwarves that are literally getting rug pulled in the artwork. Do your own research and just have fun. Let's get right into it. First, I want to mention Big Dick Bandit is paying me in noodles. I get cups of Manchurian instant ranch ramen to make these videos. I appreciate finally getting paid for a video I do. Thank you, Degen Dwarfs. I really appreciate all the ramen and the t-shirt you sent. It's gonna feed my family for weeks, sirs. Thank you.
Chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup.
Degen Dwarfs are minting this week. I believe the shortlist mint, aka the whitelist, is on the 19th of March, and the public mint is a day later on the 20th. There's 6,969 dwarfs, and if you want the shortlist, there's plenty of spots available. Just hop in the Discord, make some friends, ask to get on the shortlist. This is a fun project. Let's take a look at their gitbook. This is very interesting to me. We've talked about their inspiration coming out of Alchemix in the past. I love the art here. You can see all the different art as this GIF flashes. There's a variety of nods to rug pulls that have happened in the past year. I wish this image would move slower, or I could kind of click through here and look at all the different art specifically, but I think that's kind of to hide it as we get towards the mint. I do get a little bit of a headache as I try to stare in here and find all the different artworks that I want to look at and I'm interested in minting out of the project. I find it interesting. Each dwarf is going to be randomly generated with the following components for a total of 10 straight trait slots and 162 traits. They're going to have a weapon, a shield, a headpiece, a torso, legs, a rug, a background, a head, a face, and a beard. I think this is all really interesting. And all the traits are inspired by the following DeFi protocols, all of which have had a rug hack or other degenerate event occur. Note, this does not mean we dislike the protocols. Many of us are investors, users, and even contributors to some of the protocols. They've got Urine Finance on here, Pancake Bunny, Pickle Finance, Uniswap, Sushi Swap, Popsicle, Alchemix, my favorite, Olympus, Wonderland, Cream, PD3, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Bitcorn. You can find out more about the artist Akari Maka on Twitter. I actually do really love the art, the custom art they're doing here. I'm excited to see it all on OpenSea what the mints, once the mint is done. The Degen Dwarf Guild, dude. This is where it gets really interesting. The Degen Dwarf Guild is the group of addresses holding a Degen Dwarf NFT. So if you hold a Degen Dwarf NFT, you're in the guild.
We dig, 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 in our mind the whole day through. To dig, 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 dig is what we like to do.
The NFTs are central to the roadmap and mission of the project. To start, the NFTs will simply have one vote per NFT. Voting will be used to make various decisions related to the rest of the roadmap. In the future, the NFTs will represent your share of the Degen investments and profits from managing the Degen Dollar Index token. The NFTs can be modified through the Dwarf Arena battles and the Dwarf Arena to increase their relative power in the guild. And you can read on to learn more. What I find interesting here, and I think this might be a misprint, they have their phases of their roadmap based on minting, which I wonder, like, are they ready to launch the Degen Dollar and Dwarf Arena if we mint out 100% day one? I'm really interested to see where that goes. The Treasury here is really interesting. To kick off the degeneracy, the guild will work together to discuss new NFTs and DeFi projects and pick one to make a small investment. This process will make use of the alpha-related Discord channel, which will become for dwarf holders only shortly after the mint phase. Alcahest. There will be related incentives for community members to contribute to the discussion. This is a small first step in fostering a community that is adept in finding and investing in new NFTs and DeFi projects. I really love this idea. I hope to learn more. There's something very interesting going on here with how they're going to invest in different projects. I also like this part, the alpha channels, and you'll be rewarded if you contribute. If you want to receive notifications for the projects, you can opt into the alfalfa role. In the future, users that provide the ability to consistently find new NFT and DeFi projects will be awarded the shitcoin whisperer role, which will have various future perks and privileges that reward their talents. I really love this idea in as giving custom roles for people that are actually able to contribute and consistently contribute. I really want a special role of Degen Gaming Whisperer or something along those lines. Maybe Breed Rent Ponzi Whisperer or something, because I'm not necessarily a shitcoiner, but definitely can provide some value in the NFT gaming. I really like the dwarf upgrades here. Being able to upgrade your dwarf in the future as new rug pulls happen or new traits can get released, and spending Degen dollar tokens, which more to come on that in a little bit, I think is really important. Being able to upgrade your dwarves and their powers is going to kind of make it fun, especially if it comes with governance and like voting rights and rights to the Degen dollar index treasury. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And also for burning mechanisms, I think it's very interesting. They plan on having an option to merge two dwarfs together.
So stupid. Fusion!
And keep specific traits from each one that you prefer. Similar to new trait releases, this would require DDI tokens and affect the relative governance power of your dwarf. So you're able to deflate the 6,969 dwarfs by burning two and merging them to make one. I think that's extremely interesting. And to get into the dwarf arena here, this is down the line on the roadmap, but it's degenerately fighting our dwarves in an arena, and it sounds like a really good time, especially if the treasury is sustainable and everything else works and is growing. I could see this as being really fun. The fun part of this ape is the Degen dollar index. This is the unique and interesting thing they're building here that ties into the NFTs and the whole ecosystem of what they're building. The point of treasury investing process is to lay the groundwork for the Degen dollar index token. Note that we're considering regulatory uncertainty in DAOs and cryptocurrency in general, and the design of the DDI may change in the future if we feel it necessary. The Degen dollar index token, DDI, for the degenerate who doesn't have the time or the know-how to avoid being exit liquidity, anyone, not just dwarf holders, can give the guild ETH, which is automatically invested in the portfolio in return to the Degen dollar index token, minted by the treasury that represents their investment. They can then hold this token while the guild buys and sells investments. This is comparable to an especially degen version of the DPI or GMI. At any time, a user may redeem their DDI for underlying value in ETH, at which point the treasury will burn the DDI tokens. This is very interesting to me. For the community to be able to consistently find good degen projects to invest in, incentives need to align. The following mechanics to help align incentives with all dwarf holders, as well as dwarf holders that find new investments the guild chooses to make. These are some things they're going to do. Minting and burning DDI tokens will carry a small fee that's sent to the treasury. Dwarf holders will pay a significantly reduced fee. I love this. This is a great way to add to the treasury beyond the investments. For every ETH that's sent to the treasury, a portion will be used to invest in the index and issue new treasury controlled DDI tokens. Guild members that found or voted for investments that perform well could receive discounted dwarf upgrades or bonus DDI tokens in the event that the DDI token revenues are shared in the future. DDI tokens would also be able to be burned for dwarf upgrades to participate in the dwarf battle arena. So burning the tokens is a very, very interesting here because they represent a piece of the treasury. So both of these tools are a way to increase the governance power of your dwarf in a fun way. With increased governance power, you have more of a say in the investment and will receive more of the DDI tokens minted from the DDI mint and burn fees. What's interesting here is you're basically burning your rights to the treasury into your dwarf NFT, they're saying. If you burn DDI tokens upgrading your dwarf, you're basically adding treasury and governance rights to your NFT. And that's really interesting. So the more you love the project, the more you love the treasury, the more you can add to souping up your dwarf and that treasury value going into that specific NFT, which is a really interesting way to give continued value to the NFTs in the future. And I like it better than most projects that are out there. When DDI is burned for upgrades or the arena, the asset that backed those DDI tokens are no longer needed as backing. Therefore, they can be transferred sent to the Treasury, and again used to mint new DDI tokens for dwarf holders, similar to item 2 above. This is very interesting. I do want to know how it works when you burn DDI tokens for your dwarf NFT then. If that value is given to the NFT or if it's just freed up to sell more DDI tokens, and how that relates to the NFT. ETH earned from OpenSea trading fees will also go to the Treasury. I love this a lot. I think this is important. I think this is finally making a sustainable project that everybody can have a say in the Treasury and how it moves around. Finally, governance for the NFTs. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm in. Partnerships. As the size, credibility, and degeneracy of the community grows, we hope to find partnerships that reward dwarf holders with opportunities they might not have had otherwise. This could be special treatment when using certain protocols, access to early protocol testing or investing, NFT whitelist, discounts, or free access to alpha newsletters. There are many possibilities. We'll always be on a lookout for partnerships and make more initiatives in pursuing them as project and community grows. I love this a lot. Alcahest. That's all I'll say about that.
Ask a child if he or she is choking.
Are you choking?
Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, comment Alcahest in the comments down below and what trades you've made that make you a degenerate dwarf after hitting the subscribe button. Thank you.